Hello and welcome to Fantasy Premier League Animate. I'm your manager Oded and welcome to the only channel where Premier League players come alive and try to convince me why they should be on my team. In this video I will point out the players who have good fixture with their teams in the coming up Game Week 27 and 28. Aside Manchester City players that I reckon most of the managers have already, I gather here 24 players from 9 different teams that can be your target for upcoming game weeks and beyond Game Week 29 who only have 4 games. Set to remind you that this video run before the second leg of 26 double game week. First runner up is Southampton, the only team beside Manchester City who have double game this game week. They will face Sheffield United away and then Manchester City away as well. Southampton not in a great form right now. Since they beat Liverpool in game week 17, they lost 8 times and draw only once without any win. So why are they here? Because they got the best fixture after game week 29. Every team will love to get those fixtures and Southampton have a real chance to get some wins again. So even though they will face Sheffield United next, easy game on paper, afterwards they will face Manchester City. So the clean sheet they may get in the first game can easily erase if Manchester City decide to dress up and play like Manchester United in the 9-0 defeat. So it's a bit of a risk to bring any Saints defender, but it can be what you want in the future games when they face teams that really struggle to score. I can see a few clean sheets on the way, and those are the best choices among Southampton players to do so. 2 options for the defense and Ings who can score in each of those games and bring points in the attacking side. Next up is Tottenham, who seem as themselves once again in double game 26. Their game have a better flow and they're not waiting around anymore for the opponent to lose the ball. They took control and play much better. I guess we will see that continue in the game against Palace at home. The real test will be against Arsenal. Can they keep their clean sheet and can they break Arsenal defense? And not forgetting of course they will play in game week 29, so it might be a good time to get Spurs play right now. Reguilon for me is a sure thing for picking a Spurs defender. No other players support the offense from the back more than him. And he showed this with 4 assists this season. If he wasn't injured most of the season, I think Tottenham could have been in a better place. No need to talk about Son and Keane. If you don't have this pair, now is the time to bring even one of them. Leicester is a tricky team to pick players from. On one hand, they don't look so good in their recent games. Part of that is the injuries of the key players like Justin, Maddison and now Burns. In the other hand, they will face Brighton and Sheffield next, great matches on paper. That's why it's maybe a good idea to pick Leicester defenders against teams who just can't score right now. Pereira should be the choice because he do sign as a defender but play right midfielder this couple of games. He may continue to do so. The problem with him that he is in a bad form, but he can always bring bonus points in the offense and still get the points for clean sheet as a defender. If Maddison will be fit for those games, he will be the player to pick. He is the key in the middle. If he remains injured and Burns as well, I don't see the point of picking Vardy up. Without the 2 main midfielders who can supply him the ball, it will be very hard for him to do anything, like we've seen in the game against Arsenal. Maybe they'll score once, maybe twice, but I don't see him then score more than that. Is Liverpool on the right path again? It may be too late to fight over the championship, but they are looking to finish at the top 4 and they have great fixture ahead. If some of their injuring players will come back like Jota and Fabiano, they will have firepower for the finish round. The defense is still shaky with the 2 unexperienced players in the central back, but they will face Fulham in game week 27 and then Wolves in game week 28, games that they should win and even keep a clean sheet. Well, everybody in a bad form right now in Liverpool, but the 2 defenders on the right and left can keep the defense and contribute more to the offense. Alexander-Arnold not near his numbers from previous season, but he looked better. Robertson always can pass the ball for 1 more assist. And Mo Salah should be back on scoring days sometimes. This is the best chance to pick 2 wins, with comfortable schedule after game week 29 till the end of the season. It probably will be the good idea to get a player or 2 from Liverpool right now. Aston Villa defense looks solid again, even they were without key players. They will have two easy games as well, Wolves and then Newcastle. Both away, but Villa showed that they play better away, and against two teams who score once or less in a game, it might be a good idea to pick some more defenders. Second reason is that they too will play in game week 29. Martinez is no brainer. Best goalkeeper in the league right now with 3.2 saves a match, which means he brings at least one extra point in every game. Target could be a nice choice as well. He's a cheap and goes up to help the offense more than once in the games. But every defender from Villa is a good choice for those games. If Grealish will come back, I guess some will pick him. I will still go with the man who should get the balls from Grealish and put them in. Villa is another team who can gain 2 wins in those game weeks and keep clean sheet on the way. From all of those teams, West Ham in the best shape, but got the hardest game with Leeds at home and Manchester United away. The reason I might consider West Ham players beside the fact that they will play game week 29 is that the rivals they are up against not look as good as they do. Even with the loss to Manchester City, West Ham fight, scored a goal and was close to another one in the end, and mostly showed that their defense can take any team. I think they can stop both of those teams to score and sure score against them. Antonio here, even though I don't think highly of him. Yes, he does score from time to time, but he seems slow, his passes often not reaching his friends and he's lacking of technique. But he's still strong and have a sense of where to be in the box. So Cresswell is always a good choice with what he brings to the tables. Only problem, he now plays deep in the defense, almost a center back and not much as a right defender, which makes him stay more behind and less support of his team. And Lindgren is the new star in the team. He played great against Manchester City and have already 3 goals and 2 assists in 5 matches he played, so I think he will be the player most manager will pick from this team. And now for some players who get nice fixtures and can bring this point as well. Nukalding is probably in the most of teams right now, because of double game with 26. Always a chance he will pass and assist, and he do play as a midfielder now. Against Chelsea who score very few and Burnley who score even fewer, he can keep the clean sheet as well. Saka should be back for the game against Burnley and Spurs after sitting the win against Leicester. He is in breakthrough season with 5 goals and 4 assists, and he may get more in those games. Arsenal looking really connecting these past few weeks and could be the black sheep from now on. And of course they play in game week 29 as well. And last, if you want to take your chances, is West Brom midfielder who can bring some points in the games against evenly rivals as Newcastle and Palace. West Brom looked better these last few games and the defense looked better as well. He could be the black sheep of game week 27 and 28. Just need the courage to bring him on. Maybe fill up the gap of your team with cheap midfielder or power to the bench. So I hope you enjoyed this video, it made you smile. Much more to come in the future, so if you want to keep up, please hit the subscribe button and press like. And I will sure love to hear what you think I should animate next to get funnier videos for you and what should be improved in my videos as well. Do well and good luck to everyone.